out of Best of Taste of Home the first 10 years. See? Now, today we're making Buttermilk Rosemary Muffins. Now, I already have all the ingredients out, so let's begin. Okay, so first we have to combine the first 5 ingredients, which is 2 1/4 cups of flour, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 1 tablespoon of baking powder and 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt, and 3/4 of a teaspoon of crushed rosemary, dried rosemary. So we whisk it all together. And the next thing, we have to cut in the shortening, which is, we're supposed to put in 1/2 cup plus 1 tablespoon of shortening. I don't have shortening, so I'm just using butter. So I need 1 stick of butter plus 1 part off of another stick of butter. So I'll just unwrap this butter and cut it into chunks first. And I'll unwrap this butter and cut another piece off of this butter. There. Now I'll just cut this butter into some chunks so it'll be easy for me to cut it with the pastry cutter. Just throw these in here and now we're supposed to just cut in the shortening, like, oh, this butter is so hard. It's a good thing I cut the butter, otherwise this butter was like really cold, so it's kind of hard. So cut it like this until it's crumbs, which could take a while because the butter is so hard. Alright, it's almost into what would resemble coarse crumbs now. So, since that's pretty much done, check it, and just a couple more scoops. Now, all we have to do is add the buttermilk. So we have 3/4 of a cup of buttermilk, and if you want to make buttermilk, you just have maybe some apple cider vinegar and put just a small splash on the bottom, and then you put some milk in there and put it up to the measurement you want it to be at. So we'll just add the buttermilk, and then I'll add the rest in a minute because I don't want it to be too moist. Now this is gonna look like biscuit dough. Even though it's muffin dough, it'll look like biscuit dough. But it won't be biscuits, it'll be muffins. And we'll just add the rest of our buttermilk for moisture.
Time now for a juice stop.
Hi everyone, great to have you with me again. And this time we're making a smoothie, and it's called Pink Melon. And the ingredients are. The first thing I need to do first, though, is I need to juice this apple because we need 6 tablespoons of apple juice. Now let's say the other ingredients. I'll cut the apple. The next ingredient is a couple handfuls of strawberries. Now what I've done is I've cut the leaves off, and then I've used a knife and cut a hole in it so that the stems aren't in it. Now I just have to throw them in the blender. The next ingredient calls for half of a honeydew melon. So I'll just cut it carefully, as carefully as I can anyway, in half. Looks like a giant lime. Now we have to cut it in half again so I can cut the flesh from the rind. I'm not sure how easy this is. Before I cut the flesh, I'm going to spoon out the seeds. I don't want the seeds in the way. Dad, have I ever had any honey melon?
Yep, I've seen that.
Now I'm going to remove the flesh from the rind. Now to do that, flip it over and cut it into slices to make it easier on myself. Like this. Now, I'll take a paring knife and I'll go like this. And be careful not to cut your fingers. Make sure you don't get the rinds in there because it's not really flavorful. Trash. Okay, now that all this melon is chopped up, we're going to throw it in the blender with the strawberries. It's really slippery. The last ingredient, actually,
Cut from it.
Alright, now that I've got the melon chunks in the blender, the next ingredient is 5 tablespoons of yogurt. The kind of yogurt we have is the Greek Gods Greek yogurt, and it's honey and strawberry flavor, so we're using basically yogurt pretty good. We need 5 tablespoons.
you copy me a little bit.
Of course I did.
I said 5 and you said 5.
Now, last ingredient is this apple juice that we made earlier.
Save the shot. Save the shot.
You could have saved me.
That's okay, well, we'll get another one. Alright.
Now I'm just gonna blend it all up. Where's that?
Lick it. No!
It's alright.
No!
Now,
Oh my God. Now we can make mine. Make mine now. Now it's time for me to mine made. That is right. You make mine.
the yogurt makes it really creamy and delicious.
I'm not going to be able to drink my kind. Ugh. And someone...
This has been a kitchen concerto in B minor juice stuff.
Alright, this is what the dough looks like. You can see it's kind of like biscuit dough, but it will turn out to be like muffins in the end. Don't worry. And now that I have the dough ready, I have to butter the muffin pans. I'm just going to use that other leftover part of the butter that I cut off. I'm just going to go into this. Now we have our oven heating to 400 degrees. It might be a little hotter than that because our oven had a little bit of an issue, but oh well. See, I'm buttering these just like this. Alright, now that the muffin pans are buttered and the muffin dough is ready, we're going to fill the muffin pans. We fill them about 2/3 full, and so I like to just fill them 1/3 full first and then go through the whole pan, and then I do the other second third, like this. That way I can get an even amount of dough in each cup. Well, now that these muffins are pretty much done, they're ready to go in the oven. Now we have to be in the oven for about 15 minutes. I'm going to start with 12 minutes. Okay, the timer just went off. And then just check the muffins. I'm not sure if they're done yet. Probably need a couple more minutes. Still checking. We need about 2 more minutes. Set the timer for 2 minutes. Start. Alright, the 2 minutes are up. And now the muffins are done. They do not have to be brown on the top, but they have to be brown on the sides. If you take a look, there's brown on the sides. And I'll turn the oven off, make sure you don't do that. Alright. I'm going to just pour my So before they get cold, quickly butter them up. Alright, now it's time for me to get it out of the pan. And since we buttered the pan, it shouldn't be too hard. So, these kind of muffins are very savory and delicious. Alright, muffins are done and are delicious. Now, how do you like them? This has been Kitchen Maestro and Be Minor.